Hello, it's Claire from Come Back Brighter. So I'm going to talk to you today about like signs of like a healthy and good relationship because someone's requested it. So I'm going to do that. So the first thing that I've come up with is that the person doesn't gossip. So gossip is a massive red flag for me. And I think that to a certain extent it's become like normal behavior to a certain extent in society where it's expected that people will gossip. Okay, it's kind of like the norm, or maybe it's just I don't know, it's quite common anyway. Okay, but it's a very toxic behavior because whoever's being talked about in that group of people, as soon as somebody goes, the gossip will turn to that person. It's gossip is about everybody. It's very, very toxic. It's never positive. It's always like bitchy and backstabbing and oh, she did this, and people showing how superior they are because they wouldn't do it. And just not a pleasant way of dealing or being about people. So that's one of my first things. I don't gossip about people, because part of it as well is it's not harmless. Gossip is not harmless. It does a lot of damage. It's always maliciously meant, and also it can be when people are like breaking people's confidences. So the gossip could be somebody sharing something that somebody else has shared with them in confidence, and then it becomes like gossip fodder and just goes round the rumor mill, and that's just awful. So it's a betrayal. It's a betrayal of trust, and it's just an awful way to be about people. So no gossip. Respecting your boundaries. So this is where you'll say things like, just whatever your boundaries are. Don't just turn up on my doorstep. This is the one I'm using at the moment. Don't just turn up on my doorstep. Please arrange time that's convenient for both of us, and that's fine. And that's your boundary, okay? But also that there's a consequence if that boundary is not respected, okay? But the other person respects that boundary. They don't get sniffy. They don't give you the silent treatment. They don't still turn up and do the thing that you don't want them to do. They respect your boundaries, okay? The next thing is that the relationship's about 50-50, okay? So it evens out. Sometimes the other person will need more support. Sometimes you'll need more support, okay? But overall, it's about 50-50. So it won't always be you doing the thing. It won't always be you that's cooking for them or taking them out or paying for them to go out or driving them everywhere. It will be about 50-50, give and take on both sides, okay? And sometimes it may not be practical for you to go around to their house or whatever, for whatever reason. So there's like practical that comes in here, but that hopefully it's worked out so that it is 50-50 on both sides making the effort. Huge when you've been through narcissistic abuse, because you're used to the one being the one that makes all the effort, but the other person also makes the effort. Consistent caring behavior. This is really important one, okay? I mean, they're all really important, but this one's really important. So they don't just care 1 minute when it suits them. They consistently care about you. So they'll be asking you how you are, checking in with you if you're going through any difficulties, and they'll be consistently doing that. It's not just a one-off. And over a series of over a certain amount of time, there'll be the conversation also will be about both of you. So what are you going through? Can I help you with that? That kind of thing, or celebrating with you. So helping you through stressful times and celebrating with you when you're going through happy times too. Okay, that sounds like all of this is really obvious, but I think we've got to say it, because when you're with a narcissist, they won't celebrate with you and they won't make stressful times easier for you. They'll be miserable when you're celebrating, and they'll make stressful times even worse. Right, this is another one. It's not all about them. Now, you'll see this very clearly in conversations. You'll see this in the way that they behave. This will be a red flag immediately. If everything's always about them, that's a massive red flag. It's not a two-way street if everything's always about them. You're serving them, you're giving to them, and they're just taking. Okay, so a healthy relationship is where it's about both of you, where you showing that you care and they're showing that they care as well. And that's really, really important. There are two questions that I ask myself about somebody, whether or not they're a narcissist, and this applies to overts or coverts, is do they show care and compassion genuinely? And is everything all about them? Because my red flags are for narcissists, they don't care, they don't show compassion, they don't have any empathy, and everything is always about them. And the last one is the ability to take responsibility for their actions, apologize, and change their behavior. Because a narcissist will never do those things. So if you've got a problem in your friendship or in your relationship, then what you want to be able to do is be able to speak through the issue, talk about it with the other person in a loving way, not accusatory, not angry way or what have you. Process how you're feeling. Don't necessarily do it immediately. Go away, come back again, talk about how you felt, and expect to be listened to by the other person, to have your feelings respected, and for them to acknowledge how you feel, and for them to, whilst they may not understand, but they have to understand that they hurt you. We're different people. We have different things that trigger us, different things that hurt us. So as long as they're coming at it so that they are respecting you, that's the most important thing. So that's just a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things that I thought of at the top of my head that were indications of a healthy relationship. Okay, so there may be more. I may do another video, I don't know, but that's what I can come up with just at the drop of a hat about behaviors. And mainly I've come about them because I look at the way that a narcissist behaves, and it's the opposite to their behavior. And this is why it's so hard when you're going through narcissistic abuse to work out what's normal, what's healthy, what's right in a relationship, because you've been consistently been given the example of what isn't right in a relationship. Okay. And the other thing, so I will just add one more thing, that is over time. It's a gradual process of trusting somebody, testing their trust, seeing if you can trust them, trusting them a little bit more, seeing how they interact with other people. That's really important too, because that will give you an indicator, and you don't even need to be speaking to them. So stand back and watch them and see what they're like with that person. And then you'll see a bit more of what their heart's really like. I hope that this helps. If you've got any more questions, please comment below or email me, Clare, CLARE, comebackbrighter@gmail.com. Bye.